Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Mythical World of Chaos. Sorry it's took so long, been sick and everything, but this week we are going to be talking about seances and the history behind them, and Lupercalia. First we are going to start with the history of the seance, and then afterwards Lupercalia. So I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to the first part of episode 2. Today we are going to be talking about the history of seances. For as long as time could be recorded, people have been trying to get in contact with those who have left before us. It's just human nature to want to know if there's something out there, to believe that we're going to go to a place after we die. In the winter episode of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, we see that Sabrina, along with the Weird Sisters, come together to have a seance in order to contact Diana, Sabrina's mother. It's a very typical seance-y scene. It actually reminds me a lot of the seance scene in Beetlejuice. I don't know if you ever seen it, but the wedding dress and everything right there, and how she comes up through it. Next clip will be a little part of that, just to jog your memory.
This night, as magic wonder, mad affright, rives asunder man's delight, our ghost, our corpse, and we rise to be.
I think the big question is, what a lot of people ask is, is there life beyond death? Personally, I do believe it. I have performed various seances. I've used Ouija board. I've done dream journals in which I've contacted spirits of those who I have lost. And I do believe that there is life out there. Many do, in just different forms. Actually, it spans back a lot further than most people would think.
All right then. Hands face down on the table, pinkies touching. Now focus your energy. Send it into the table. When Diana's spirit is here, she may speak herself or through me or some combination. Spirits below and above, spirits in between, caught in the fabric betwixt worlds. We ask that the veil be lifted and that you send forth the spirit of Diana, Regina, Sawyer, Spellman. Diana, you're welcome to this house, to this circle. If you're here, we ask that you make your presence known. She says she's here. But spirits love to play tricks, so ask her a question. Something only your mother would know.
Spirit, if you are my mother.
The word seance actually is French, and it means to sit or a session, which is what you think of with most seances, is, people sitting at a table or, sitting around the floor, and they are trying to contact someone who has gone before us. The first seances can be traced back to the 3rd century, often connected with occult practices. My notes are right here. Bringing fear to those who've attended. Back then, the concept of spirits, to many, was linked to the dark arts. there are still people today that don't believe in actual ghosts and everything like that. They believe that they're demons, that they're, dark forces and stuff. In my personal belief, that is
She
not.
says thank you.
Mom, why are you in limbo? Is there something I can help you finish or do?
Not safe, she says.
What do you mean? You're not safe or I'm not?
One question at a time, Sabrina.
How can I help you, Mom? Please, please tell me.
Wait, something's wrong. There's an interference.
What kind of interference?
As I said, spiritualism really got its kickoff once again in the 1800s, specifically the 1840s, when we were introduced to three sisters by the last name Fox. The Fox sisters, Leah, Maggie, and Kate, were born around the New York area. In 1848, Maggie and Kate convinced their other sister, Leah, that they were able to communicate with the spirit world. They were able to convince her that these spirits communicated with them through rapping or knocking on objects. After Leah was convinced, she took up maintaining the girls and their upkeep, basically kind of like a manager, and the girls went on to have great success as mediums. People would ask from far and wide if, they could perform seances so they can contact their loved ones. Unfortunately, Maggie comes forth in the 1880s saying that it was all a hoax, that it was something that her and her sister Kate, brewed up. She even went as far as to having a public demonstration on how her and her sister would do this. Despite this drawback and, rather unfortunate circumstance of being fake, spiritualism wasn't going to be stopped there. They didn't let one little rift get in the way of what they were trying to accomplish. It continued to grow into what it is known today. There are many spiritualists in the world. There are many people that contact the dead. Now, there are different ways to contact the dead. As we had seen in Sabrina, they did a seance. There's different forms in order to do it. This is my setup here in my library. Sorry for the mess. But I use a couple different methods. Sometimes I use tarot cards, in which if I'm trying to find an answer to something, I will, make a spread and everything like that, and I will ask a question and interpret it on the cards that are drawn. I also have a Ouija board in which I use, or sometimes I just I go it on my own and I just do a normal seance, in which whenever I'm trying to contact someone, I don't contact anybody that I don't know. I typically contact a family member or someone, beloved that has died, and usually it's better to get their presence if you have something of theirs. Like, for example, whenever I want to talk to my brother Jerry, here's a picture of him. Also, I would come up here with the blanket that used to belong to him. When I want to talk to my Uncle Mike, I have a letter that he wrote me years ago. It's his handwriting and everything. And then I try to, just kind of goes on from there, like, if I want to contact my Auntie Jean, I have a rosary that she gave me. And, I have things from my grandmother. If it's something that was personally theirs or written in their hands or a picture, it usually helps to channel the spirit and to bring them forth. I think it really helps. when you do this, though, you have to kind of go in it with a positive outlook and mind. I usually meditate. What I usually do is I immerse myself with a white light, and I am positive. One thing you do not want is to have negative thoughts, to have anybody, if you sit with multiple people, anybody negative or disbelieving and stuff. That is just a remedy to call upon something you might not want to contact or talk to. But yeah, this is basically how I perform my own seances, or how I contact the people that I need to that have passed on. And now I will turn you over to my friend Lana, who is going to be talking to you guys about Lupercalia. So have fun.
Hi guys! So every time I make a question on my page about what's everyone's favorite episode from the show, they always say Lupercalia. But do you know what Lupercalia is? Lupercalia was an ancient Rome festival to purify the city and liberate them from the evil spirits. It happened between the 3rd and 15th of February. Each festival would start with the sacrifice of a goat and a dog, and then they would offer to the altar, and the two men would laugh. Very weird, right?
Oh, sorry, Sabrina.
Wait. Then who? What? Melvin?
Nick gave me $100 to wear glamour. He thought you might try something like this.
Lupercalia was also called Dies Februatus, which was called after the instrument of purification called februa, which also gives February its name.
Hoods hunt wolves, witches hunt warlocks. The outcome of the hunt shall determine the year ahead. Will it be bountiful or barren? Fruitful or fallow? Tonight we hunt and are hunted, releasing our blessed magics into the night. Warlocks, are you ready? And witches, are you ready?